Hey, oh folks, it's me again. I posted this beer up on the Facebook page asking did anybody know of this brewery, etc, etc. I'm going to review it now, and it's Hogsback Gardener's Tipple. I purchased this in my local Lidl. Lidl since the start of the year, even since maybe around Christmas time last year, it's just the same beers. Same three from Shepherd Neame, same three from O'Hara's, constantly with the last 10 months nearly. And it's ridiculous. Aldi was the only one that was kind of bringing in regularly changing stock. Aldi have a lot more varied range, etc. But I noticed there the other day in Lidl they have 2 or 3 beers from English breweries, or from UK breweries I should say, and I think they have a couple of French ones there as well, I don't know. Anyway, this is Hogsback Gardener's Tipple, which is a 4.0% ABV English bitter, and there's a few more different ones, new ones in there, and I'm going to try and pick it up, and I think there's another one from Hogsback in there as well. So basically this is English malted barley, Fuggles and Goldings, and that's about all that's on it. As I said, it's 4% ABV, and I'm going to attempt to use this thing. Lovely toffee malt sweetness of it. So this is down as an English bitter at 4.0%, but that's to me is in kind of one of those borderline areas, because 3.5 to 4% is kind of the top end of what a malt should be, isn't it? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, I can't tell the difference on if Fuggles and Goldings EKG are in a beer. I can't distinguish between where the two are coming in on the aroma, but I know when they're in a beer by smell, if that makes sense. And I'm definitely getting that aroma, but it's mostly toffee malt sweetness on the nose. Now, there you go, guys. It is a gorgeous kind of rusty orange colour, extremely clear, big bubbles down along the glass, but again little to no carbonation, absolutely no head whatsoever, don't know why. Not getting much on the nose, but a bit of a problem with my sinuses at the moment. Yeah, except that toffee sweetness again on the nose, so we're going for a taste, sláinte. I don't know why I'm looking over there when the camera's over this direction. Old Speckled Hen is what this reminds me of. Only a little bit more bitter on the back end, a little bit more drying on the palate. But you know that initial swallow of Old Speckled Hen, where you're getting sort of a biscuity, toffee, caramel. Yep. Basically think of a diluted version of Old Speckled Hen. But there's a pretty pronounced palate cleansing bitterness on the back end, not mouth puckering, but it really does dry out the palate. There's no point in me going into too much detail with this because, as I said, it's basically like a diluted Old Speckled Hen. Now, it's not the best balanced beer in the world to me for what it should be, an English bitter or mild. Excuse me. Because that bitterness from the middle to the back end is a little bit too much for that style of beer. Little to no carbonation. So what we'll do now is boys, takes years. There you go. And just drive a head up in it. I actually really like this because Old Speckled Hen is one of my favourite beers of all time. Teaks Old Peculiar being the number one. But Old Spec OSH is in my top 5. It's my top 3 actually. And this really reminds me of that, except a lot lighter in colour. I mean, it said this is amber. I wouldn't really call it. I'm looking through it at a certain angle now and I'm seeing an awful lot of yellow in it. It's almost like an amber lager style colour, if that makes sense, rather than that slightly darker amber ale look. It's not bad, guys, but that palate cleansing on the back end, the palate cleansing bitterness, it's a little bit too much for the style for this beer. Extremely low to no carbonation. Body's actually not bad in it. It's pretty light in the body, but it's only 4%. So yeah, all in all, a good beer. Hogsback Brewery, Gardener's Tipple, 4.0%. Now, I was asking somebody on Facebook, I was asking about this beer on Facebook, and somebody came back and I would give this a 6.5 out of 10. And the reason it's a good beer, but as I said, that initial palate cleansing dryness on the back end is a bit too much for me. But I asked about this on Facebook, and apparently it's one of these pseudo craft breweries, but it's actually brewed by a huge conglomerate over in the UK. Don't know who they are, and apparently they're not very micro brewery friendly. But in saying that, the beer is good, so I recommend you try it. I think it was like 180 or something like that inside in a local Lidl. Okay guys, talk to you again. Slán go forward.